For me personally, what I perceive my purpose to be is when I saw my parents going through that financially stressful time, I then wanted to make sure that they would never experience that again. I love what I do every single day. Even though there's stress that comes with how my life is structured slightly, I wouldn't want to have it any other way. What I love is the building aspect. For me, it would be just about building anything. I just love that part of it and like learning and new challenges. I'm constantly investing in learning new things and getting better because that's how you grow. I have incredibly high standards for where I want to be, and will I meet those every single day? No, but I'm still very happy with where I'm at, so I can still progress forward in that sense. The whole COVID period was a transformational period in my life. It was probably one of the hardest periods. It was probably the hardest period of my life, I reckon. You know, seeing the financial stress that my family was under, again, was incredibly hard. You know, it was just a bad year. Like I was really depressed. I ended up gaining a bunch of weight. My skin was really bad. Didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. Spent a lot of my time kind of in my like room, like dorms, like locked away. You know, couldn't go to any lectures or seminars. I went to 2 in-person seminars my whole first year of university. And at that point I decided like, yeah, this is not for me. I didn't feel like I was learning anything. I've always been very business minded. And I was like, I'm not progressing here. And I found that incredibly hard. So that's when I kind of started this first transformational period of like looking for apprenticeships, and I basically started working at Amazon, or I applied for a bunch of degree apprenticeships and eventually got one at Amazon in that September. But it started transforming me because then I started working at Amazon, I started like learning things and moving forward in my career. You know, I started earning money, but that wasn't really I still made a lot of mistakes. Like I still fucked up loads and lost like way too much money on shit. You know, people call it redemption arc, not really redemption arc, but the start of that transformational period of like actually figuring out what I wanted to do in my life. Like that's what I called like my quarter life crisis. I would say from like the age of 18 to like probably like 20, 21 was like my quarter life crisis, where I was like, right, what the fuck am I actually going to do with my life for the next 40 years? And that was that kind of whole bumpy, and that was a really, really hard period in my life. Everything is an evolution. You learn and you adapt and you change. And you have stimulants, you have scenarios, you have things that happen. I think one of the most important skills that I've learned, which is what I learned during my period of really hard times, was reflection. There are people who had much worse situations. I kind of think like, I don't have fucking anything to complain about. So I need to reflect as to why those things are happening and what I can do to change them. Because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, control the controllables. Again, one of my biggest detriments when I was younger to when I am now is I used to think about the future all the time and worry about the future. Whereas now I don't. I kind of just worry about what's going on in the present. Again, cliche, but people say like, don't enjoy the destination, enjoy the journey. I'm not perfect, but I'm a lot better at that. So like for me now, like the destination, like where I end up, no idea. Consistency and time are the only 2 factors that will really see you win at anything. That's it. Consistency and time. You don't even have to be that good. You just have to be consistent for a long period of time, more than most people are willing to do, and that's it. And I really don't think I'm anything special, and I really don't think I'm that successful either. But I've just done it for 2.5 years, every single day for the last 2.5 years, and I'm now somewhere. Which is why I started my business, which is why I brought my mum into it, which is why my initial goal was to get her out of her job. And I've done all those things now. You know, again, would we like to make more money so they are more financially comfortable and that she can retire in a couple of years and my stepdad can retire? Yes. You know, do I always want to make sure that my sisters are taken care of? Yes. I think I've sacrificed my peace, but I'm building it back now.